going on, guys? Robbo and Matho here. We are about to go down and interview one of the funniest guys on the internet. His name is Jackson O'Doherty. We're going to go in the studio, ask him a bunch of questions. He just caught up with Speed yesterday, and we are excited to find out how the hell do you set that up? What do you reckon, Matho? Are you excited or what?
Mate, I am absolutely pumped. I'm about to show you how excited I am.
No, not that! I needed that for the podcast episode, you stick.
Well, he would do something like that, so I had to get in the spirit.
Make sure you like and subscribe. We're about to get stuck into it.
Action. Matho. We have probably the biggest guest we're ever going to get on this thing. I don't know how we got it, but I slid into his DMs and he replied.
Beats me. This one's going to be a shock for the viewers, I reckon.
He had a f***ing big day yesterday, and then he's come to this. Like, he's just going up in the world. But a little intro. On Facebook, he has 11 million followers. Instagram, 2.2. TikTok, 6.2. YouTube, 2.6. I don't know what he has on Twitter. You banned on Twitter?
No, I got Twitter.
I couldn't find it.
Yeah, it's probably shadowed, man. I haven't posted there in years, though.
Fucking Elon, man. I'll hit him up for you.
Definitely not a sports star from Australia, this person.
No.
Definitely not.
I very well could be a sport.
Could have been a rugby
He
player.
could be.
I'm very good at lawn bowls, which is a sport.
Yeah.
That's a fuck. I'm going to finish this intro. He's collabed with the likes of Logan Paul, Jake Paul, Neon. Did you like Neon?
He's all right, man. He's not my cup of... Like, not the kind of guy I would hang out with.
I don't like him.
I'm actually friends with his manager at the time, and I was hanging out with his manager, not him. And he was just like, whoa, you're fucking wild. Like, because wasn't even in the stream. I was just sitting there with his mate. Like, we were just smoking a joint, like... And I was just saying fucking out-of-pocket crazy shit. Having a conversation with my friend without even, like, knowing that they were there, like, listening. He's like, man, you don't give a fuck. And I was just like, He goes, we need to get you on a stream. I was like, I'll jump on a stream. Like, probably jumped into like 2 or 3 of them, but...
It was like 3 or 4 days you did some shit with him.
Yeah,
in the
I was
supermarkets.
with him for a bit, yeah. For like
did some chili contesting in a library or something.
Yeah.
And he's done shit with Kristen Hanby. That's your boy, I think.
Yeah, he's my boy.
Mike Madgelak came down here. I saw that on the Gold Coast. The Nelk Boys, is that one as well?
Yeah, I did do a video with the Nelk Boys about 4 or 5 years ago.
Before they blew up?
Nah, they were kind of like already blowing up. They were living in, at the time, it was called the Clout House, I believe, in the FaZe Clan's house in LA. And they just moved to LA maybe a year prior to that. Me and Kristen and them all met up, and we went and did a big keg stand in the university lectures.
Those guys are fucking cool.
4 or 5 years ago, Nelk were pretty popping off back then. It was,
I reckon if you stayed in America,
era,
you'd be on that. You'd be on that, doing that shit.
Yeah, I didn't really like living over there, man. Like, you know, like, and also like seeing yesterday's reaction with people like Speed and Nelk isn't that kind of like if they promote where they're going to be and stuff, they probably will get
pop
that
off
kind of
if they do that.
Yeah, but I mean, to pop up in a new state in another country like Speed did, he didn't really tell anybody he was coming to the Gold Coast. You know, maybe the day before he might have mentioned something.
I think he did when he was in fucking New Zealand. He might have said, "I want to go back to Australia," and the only place he hasn't been is like Gold Coast and Brizzy.
So, you know, he popped up here as soon as his live stream started, like hundreds of people are there within seconds. People just know where he is. Like, to have that pull and power is crazy, and to watch what it was like, I would hate to be even remotely. I don't think I would ever get to that level, and even if I did, I would not like that. I would hate that.
It's he can't shit without like it going viral.
I'm so happy with where I'm at. Like, I like to just be like in that little middle range where like you know, I'm not like so small that I can't make a career out of it, but I'm not so big that I can't leave my house without getting swarmed. I like where I'm at now because I can say shit, do shit. I can just live my own pace and don't have to worry about being like too PG and politically correct and all that bullshit.
He's got a good balance.
Yeah, great balance.
I was gonna say. It's Jackson O'Doherty. I didn't even say that. That's that guy. Do you get annoyed? That there's the most hated content creator in the world called Jack Doherty?
Jack Doherty, yeah, I know. Like Jack Doherty and Jackson O'Doherty, they are very similar. It's
so similar. It's fucking as similar as it can get.
I met the guy at for the first time at Jake Paul's wedding that he had back in 2020 or 2019, maybe. Anyways, he was there. He might have been like 15 at the time. And
just a little shitbag.
Oh man,
he's such a little turd.
He was even annoying then without like he was irritating as fuck back then, let alone when he started doing all this shit for content. But
do you know who it is? That little virgin bloke is always like got bodyguards around him, starting on
just before
we get into it, I do need to...
Oh, shit.
Just want to hand out a little piece, because I need to have a piece myself, because I didn't sleep much last night. I woke up this morning.
Focus.
This is in the chat as well. I'm actually going to chat about this
Focus
later.
caffeinated gum.
Yeah, I was going to ask...
My brand. I haven't seen any
Oh, that's actually pretty nice. I like the fucking texture of it.
The first 30 seconds is pretty strong.
Yeah, gym session.
Exactly.
Yeah. I love that. Out of all these people you've met, you don't seem like the type of bloke that would, but did any of them take you back? Was there any like, holy shit, I'm with him or seen her? You don't seem like that type of guy that would sort of be like, holy shit.
It's funny you say that. It's like, as someone who's grown up playing a lot of sport, like watching a lot of athletes, I never really idolized famous people or looked up to people like that. I always like loved athletes. Being around like Max Holloway follows me, obviously like Dreek, a few other MMA fighters. Even just meeting people like that, I'm like, oh, this is fucking cool.
Yeah. So like the Logan Pauls and stuff, they don't compare for you to.
Logan was cool to meet because like I watched a lot of his stuff when I was a lot younger.
Yep.
Like all the Vine clips and stuff.
The Vine.
I never watched any of their vlogs or any of that, but like meeting them was just like, fuck, this is cool. I'm like, this is crazy. Like from Australia, like a little small town. I'm over here doing my YouTube shit, and I'm around the Racka Racka boys, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, David Dobrik, like getting invited to all Dan Blizerian's parties. Even he started following me on Instagram and we chat a bit. Like that sort of being around Dan and stuff was cool. Like that was like, oh fuck, Dan's cool. You know, like he's a really nice guy in person. People will have mixed opinions on him, but he's quite a chill dude, very
he's
down to
copping
earth.
at the moment.
Yeah, he's always copped it. I mean, anyone in that.
But you think he doesn't give a fuck? He's got his own opinion.
He's got multiple businesses, you know, like alcohol, vapes, fucking vodka or tequila, whatever it is. Energy
like
drinks,
that.
women, parties. It's just, he has this lifestyle which people are going to, like, you know, it's a very degeneracy, but he's rich. And he does it classy. So it's like, he's going to have all kinds of people hating him. Women, like fucking feminists. Fucking dudes
He's
will be
got everyone
jealous.
over.
Can't make
He's been
everyone
saying
happy.
shit about.
No, you can never make people happy. You can never make everyone happy, man.
So
Everyone's
who's like the most taken back? Well, one person, like, or you're just like, fuck, this is really cool meeting this guy.
For your whole career.
Yeah.
Bang.
I couldn't actually even tell you, to be honest.
Couldn't?
It was I don't know, like even like meeting Speed yesterday. I don't care about like that shit.
You seem like that. You seem like you don't
It's
care.
not in an arrogant like, oh fuck you, I'm cool kind of way. It's just I'm just like, I don't know. Like
It's a person. It's a person.
I'm like, this
He's
is
doing
awesome.
well. He's
Cool to
doing
be a
well.
part of the opportunity and cool to be here. But I'm like, he's just another normal dude.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of years ago, no one knew who he was.
Yeah.
You
And in
know,
2
like-
years' time, people might not.
Exactly
you
right,
might, you
man.
might
And
fall
it's
off
just
or
one
do
of those
something
things.
dumb.
I'm like, that's why as soon as I got there and everyone's like, oh, since Speed's been in Australia and New Zealand, I'm just taking him to like waterfalls and nature and showing him all the indigenous, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Show him some culture, teach him a bit about the country's culture, indigenous people, the history, and all these things. I respect all of that. But you're looking at an 18 or 19-year-old kid who screams and barks at people and runs around doing crazy shit.
Yeah.
His fans don't really care about all that.
Nah.
They're young kids who just want to see him doing fucking dumb shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, I'm just going to be myself because his audience might like that shit, they might not. And, you know, as soon as I got in, I'm just like, do you want me to kill all these kids? And he's like, what? I'm like, he's screaming at them, and he's like freaking out. I'm like, eat the Vegemite, eat the Vegemite.
I don't think
the bus
he's-
video is funny.
I
Fuck
don't
off!
think he's had someone on his level because he's usually the one doing that.
That's what everyone's
You
commenting on
flick
one of the
script-
TikToks.
yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, Speed met someone on his level.
Yeah.
And someone commented, Jackson's trying way too hard, and I commented back, and I was like, and I commented back, I said, if I was American, you'd be idolizing me.
Yeah. If you're in America, you'd be like,
Because this is literally the same way Speed acts.
Yeah.
You can't make everyone happy.
No, and like I
It's-
wrote back to someone said something about trying too hard, and I said, yeah, I've tried hard my whole life. That's why I'm rich and you're not.
Yeah.
Like, respectfully, you fuck.
You know they can't do shit when you say that. I was like, oh, you're in
I'm just
Bonnie
like,
chemistry and I'm
I'm
killing
like,
it.
what's wrong with you? What's wrong with trying hard? Since when was
But that's
trying
you, though.
hard a bad
That's you.
thing?
So for context, he's walked in here, has been the same since the whole way through.
Yeah,
You might
absolutely.
think he's crazy, but like that's just the way he is.
No, but that's the thing. I like to be authentic. Like in content, in this, like sitting down having a serious interview, I can be serious and still have a laugh in between it and talk.
Yeah.
And then when I'm on the booze, you see like I'm just more of a fucking degenerate now. But it's like I'm not going to change whether like, you know, being around like Logan Paul and all these people, I'll get my fuck clothes off and run around in front of them. I'll do that in front of my mum. I'll do that in front of the boys I grew up with who don't even exist on social media. I don't care if it's fucking Donald Trump or fucking my friend who doesn't even know what Instagram is. I'm going to talk the way that I always talk. And
You
I'm going to
did
be
knuckles
the way I
Donald
talk.
Trump
Brilliant.
though.
I did get
did
a fist
knuckles
bump.
on
He
Saturday.
grabbed
That's pretty big.
Grabbed my fist
Yeah,
bump.
what the fuck?
That's
Learn how
pretty
to
big.
knuckles Donald.
Yeah, no, I was just like, come on, brother.
Yeah.
That's pretty big.
So how'd you start out?
I was pretty late to the Facebook.
Facebook.
I started off with MySpace in high school back in the day.
Who was
Good
your
old-
top friend?
Tom.
He's
Remember Tom?
he's a cheating slut.
MySpace Tom.
Yeah, he puts himself on there. It's marketing.
I would do something like that if I had a social
100%,
platform.
100%.
Other than that, there's just a few little slags from school, I think.
Shout out to the slags.
Shout out the slags.
Yeah.
But I just fucked around making some videos on there. Grew up watching Jackass, obviously, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then I made it like a Facebook thing when I was like 18, maybe. I started just researching random shit, and I looked at like this thing when I was like Facebook user rate surges 400% in the last 24 hours. This is when I was like 17, 18.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck. I was catching YouTube and all this stuff. And I'm like, fuck, maybe advertisement companies and brands and businesses will start in the future using this sort of shit.
Yeah.
I just kept watching it for a few more months without doing anything. I was like, oh, fuck, it's going, it's climbing. I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to make some funny videos and post some shit. Went out, had a crack. Didn't really care about making like a living out of it. I just wanted to do it for fun in the beginning.
Yeah.
And I was just posting, sometimes you get 30 views, 10 views, 50 views, 100 views, and I'm like, hey, this is cool.
Yeah.
It's like you don't live in the big city, so it's not like the algorithm wasn't picking it up. I don't know thousands of people to share my content.
Yeah.
It's like the only people I just seeing are people I went to school with.
I better say it's your mates, your close mates are going to see it and probably like share it around a
And
couple
people
of
that
schools.
didn't like me and my family, it's like, oh, well, you need to focus on something like, you know, normal, a real job, something stable.
Yeah.
Get a trade. And I was like, well, I'm doing bricklaying, even though I don't want to do this. Like, I'm doing it. I was doing that for a while, and I just started making videos. And after a while, I got offered a little bit of money and to like make a video. I was like,
Who's your first like sponsor or collab or whatever?
I think it was Jeffrey Epstein.
You went to his island?
It wasn't a video. It was just a massage.
How old were you?
Oh, I was a little bit old. But
Too old for him. He's like, nah, I don't want his content. That's fucked.
nah, it was like some trade college course thing reached out like, oh, we saw this video you did. We want to like sponsor you like $500.
That got me, bro.
$500 massage.
Yeah, I was like, fuck yeah, $500 is sick.
Hang on, you're giving massages or are you getting
No, it was just for some trade college thing. But
the tradies on the side.
if I used my lips, it was like double. But
Oh,
anyways.
shit, that would have been $1,000.
Yeah, then I saw that. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to quit my job the next time I get offered any money, even if it's $100.
Yeah. When do you like, oh, okay, like I don't care about money, but I can make a living off doing fun shit.
My goal was to make and post like 3 videos a week, sometimes more.
Yeah.
Some of them were easy. I could just set up my own camera in my house and just be a fucking goose in my underwear and do the fucking worm or some just random shit, you know? Some stuff took no effort. It was just literally a guy being a stupid idiot on the internet where anyone can do it.
Everyone loves that.
Then there was the days where you're up early and you're driving around and stuff and treating it like a normal job. It's something that I love doing, you know, so I didn't look at it as work. I was like, fuck, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Luckily enough, I started doing stuff and some of my gym skits and did a video with the kangaroo. That all blew up. And I was walking like a big, massive scrub python, which are illegal to have through a shopping centre as like a...
Wasn't yours, though.
on a lead. No, it wasn't mine. Also, then me and Shami linked up, made videos. Our stuff went nuts. All the prank wars, the dare videos, all the shit we did was crazy.
Yeah. How do people not know like half that shit set up, though?
Well, I mean, it's not like...
It's not obvious, like, it's not obvious. Be like,
it's not like that, though. It's not like I walk up and say, hey, man, just face that way. I'm going to come up to you with this and hit you, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, let's link up for the next few weeks and stay together.
Some shit's going to go
No
down.
rules.
Yeah, something's going to go down.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not sitting there going, oh, hey, see that corner of the house. Go over there and pretend you're sleeping so I can throw a fucking handful of flour at you.
Oh, that makes sense, actually, then.
It's like, we're going to have beers, we're going to get on it, we're going to send it, we're going to have a fucking few days a week drinking, partying. So when you're all fucked up, you know what it's like.
So
The
it'd be
boys
like the
would've
next
been-
day, be sleep, like actually like having like a 2 hour.
I could have literally just fallen asleep at 5 in the morning on a big fucking night on the booze.
Yep.
Fucking
The other boys up and
taking
about.
Viagra, so I've got a headache, all this shit, you know? And then you're getting fucking waking up to a tennis ball to the nuts or something.
Yeah,
It's
that
like-
makes sense.
It's not like, oh, hey, man, go and do that. Let's just
It's
completely...
like, hey, go pretend to be asleep over there and I'll throw a pie in your face, some shit while
No,
you're
exactly.
sleeping.
And sometimes there was like, it wasn't even like that, you know? There was completely unplanned where it's like, sometimes I would fly up without him knowing and I'd total one of his cars and I'd check in with his cameraman or a family person like, oh, I'm thinking of doing this. Is this too
Lockie's
fucked
dogged
up?
you a few times or
Yeah.
what?
And Lockie's definitely dogged me. When I was in LA, I came back from LA and he painted my whole house pink.
Is that what he did?
so
Did your cars as well?
And he wrapped my Lamborghini
you
at the
American
time in a
Lambo.
Barbie pink wrap. See, shit like that. It's like,
I'd be so fucking flat with that, but obviously it's
It
like,
brings good joy to people and the viewers.
Yeah.
Like, I've spammed the videos over and over and watched your
Yeah.
pranks so many times. But, Jackson, Halloween has just passed and you've possibly hosted the biggest Halloween party in Australia. If you haven't seen it,
which the man across from me always finds his way out of.
That's fucked because we had a wedding that night. First time
Yes.
the miss said, no, you can't go. The miss, I remember that. She was like, oh, let me
Yeah.
go down. She goes, no, too many sluts here. You can't go. I'm like, okay, yeah, sweet, whatever. Second time I had a wedding and I can't dog weddings. Yeah, I can't dog weddings.
I don't want to hear the excuses.
It's a real-
Dream World.
Yep.
Right?
How the
So
fuck?
how do you roll up and just go to Dream World? I'm having 1,000 people come in here. We're shutting you down. How do you organise it?
find
How
the
do you do
most
it?
powerful person that works there and then just hold them at gunpoint.
It's as simple as that.
Is it a real
Simple as
gun?
that.
Real gun?
Nah.
Fake gun?
No, it's a water pistol painted black with real bullets in it.
But if you haven't seen it, it's epic. It was an epic party.
Oh, the party was
watched it.
unreal. I was
It's,
very happy with the turnout. The people there were very respectful and friendly. We had I paid. There was cops there. There was 2 or 3 cops working there on the
Yeah.
night.
You got cops on your payroll.
Kicked all the 12-year-olds off the rides.
Yeah,
stuff
not on my
like
payroll,
that.
but that night they worked there, and we had obviously there was 12 security that I kind of supplied myself.
Yeah.
Prison guards, big fucking boys who were used to crazy shit. Then I had
Ready to throw down.
Then I Dreamworld had all their own security, their cameras, and honestly, from what I heard, there was no one even tried to get in.
I don't understand how like Dreamworld would be like, yeah, sweet, let's do that. How do you? So like, I know you didn't
this
hold
is
anyone at
what I wanna
gunpoint,
get
but
to.
how did you actually like? Who the fuck do you hit up for that and be like, yeah, sweet, this is how much it costs?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because you can hire out so many different things that you wouldn't even think of.
Right.
And I just was like, fuck, I wonder what it would cost. And we reached out, it's like, oh, cool. It was about 56,000 for Dreamworld.
About, yeah.
Dollars of money. And then that's including 30,000 bar tab, you know, so that's like 30,000 spent on the bar.
But drinks free that
for
night.
food and drinks. Yeah, drinks were mostly free.
Yeah.
For all the really close kind of immediate people in my life, like best mates and some family and partners, any of this stuff, you know, like they all had a purple wristband, which was free drinks all night, no matter what.
Yeah, yeah.
And then to the people that I invited, I'm not overly close with, but I'm friends with.
Yeah.
They all got a different color. I think it was 5 or 6 free drinks or something.
You're
and
a
after that, they had to
fucking
pay
nice
for
guy.
drinks. But you rock up hammered. You have 5 or
Yeah,
6
yeah.
drinks. And
Mate, girls have 5 or 6 drinks and that's them for
Exactly
the night.
right.
So they're laughing. It's a free
Easy
night
picking up
anyway.
for that.
You know? Like,
They didn't have the shit wristbands, Reece, let's be honest, bro. They
yeah.
had the fucking good ones.
yes. But yeah, man, 56 grand at the bar.
Yep.
It was $10,000 an hour to have the rides operating. We had
Wow.
4 or 3 rides operating. That includes their staff, you know, their security, their staff on the night, the bar staff, any cleaners, setup stuff, which, fuck, man, like my house parties I threw prior to that, a couple of years ago, they would cost around 100,000 per party.
Yeah.
And, you know, like that was a big spread out thing. This one cost around 130, I think, roughly, give or take.
Wow.
And I had Culture Kings and Focus, like my own brand and stuff, on board as sponsors. But
So that's
out
marketing,
of
sort of.
Out of my own pocket, I spent close to 100,000 myself. Culture Kings threw a little bit in. That was pretty last minute for them, so they were only happy to do X amount. But I was appreciative. Culture Kings were awesome, and I'm really grateful for that. And Focus, obviously, my own brand, we threw a bit of money in from that. But other than that, I just did it all out of my own sort of pocket thing. And it's interesting, like, there's a few things, you know, a lot of opportunities already arise from it. It's a good networking opportunity. A lot of people who've got a presence or following or athletes or social media people, as well as a lot of normal people, you know, like,
Very cool.
it's just like a long-term investment. If I don't get any money back from it, who the fuck cares? I can go out and make money again.
Had a sick night, sick party.
Money's always there to be made, you know, like, it's fucking...
I'm coming the next one, bro. I'm coming the next one.
Yeah, we'll see.
Can you just, before you organise the date, just let me know? Like,
I'll let you know as soon as in advance as I can, but you'll probably, like, ask someone to have a wedding for you or something. Bro, they're good vibes too, man. Like, it's not like, I don't know, people get weird ideas about them. It's not just like people just having orgies. It's like everyone dresses up so nice, everyone's having fun, no one's rude, no one's
are we talking about weddings or your parties?
No, the party. But no, it was fucking sick, man. Like, I'm so happy. Like, we had about 350 or 400 people come. Yeah. And even when I had them at my house, there was no damage, no fights, nothing stolen.
That's the best thing about it, right?
No complaints, no girls felt uncomfortable, no guys were creepy, no guys tried to act tough. Like, it was, even the police, you give them a heads up and say, look, I'm doing this. You let the neighbors know, you let people know this is the plan. I've hired plenty of seriously high-level security.
Yeah.
Everything's done properly. We've got, you know, RSA people, we've got bar staff, we've got cleaners, we've got... Everything is doing legit.
That's actually mad. But the best thing about that, like you said, there's no trouble. That's the first thing I think about, like if you're having a house party.
I think, and this is not to be sexist towards the fellas, but I think if there's a fuckload of dudes that don't all know each other and there's heaps of hot girls, that's when shit gets a bit like, oh fuck, someone's just going to be drunk and, oh, why'd you look at my ex-girlfriend? And oh, I like that girl. Why'd you talk to her?
It's a big cock off.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'd like a 4-to-1, 3-to-1 ratio.
I remember this chat we had. I was like, oh, can I bring a couple of the boys? You're like, nah, mate, I've already got like max boys there. I'm like, fuck, sorry, lads.
Yeah, well, it's like, I try to let my mates at least bring a mate or two, because it's like some of my mates don't know some of the other people, and I don't expect them to rock up alone to a party where they don't know anybody. So like I try to flex on it a little bit, like be flexible with it, but it's hard sometimes. And I think we had like 80 guys or 90 guys this time and 270 or 280 girls.
So if you can't pluck one during that, you're fucking.
Well, I got a missus at the moment, so like, I was very cheers, mate. I was very well behaved.
Huge.
She was there with me.
You've had about what, a year off? 2 years off?
2.5 years. I've been single up until her. We've been seeing each other for quite a while.
Yeah.
I just keep it all very low key. It's so much nicer and more.
So what's her
peaceful
name?
that way.
What's her address?
She lives at 121 Fitzroy Street
in Melbourne.
Nah, in Logan. Oh no, Woodridge.
I don't know. I know Logan. Is Woodridge? That's a shit.
I think it's also pretty.
Shout out to all the Logan and Woodridge people that aren't watching, but fuck, I've heard that's a great spot.
Anyway, if you haven't seen the party, go have a look. It's a great edit.
I've
it's
seen
on
it
go on Instagram, on my
It's
Instagram,
a great edit.
It's on YouTube. Yeah, thank you, man.
Super.
Oh, mate, the edit was fucking awesome.
Changes to dark. It was like I was going into a bloody movie.
And but yeah, no, it was fucking sick, man. I was I definitely got some big ideas and big plans for next year around April, May. I'll do one. Have you retired as well? You still play?
Yeah, I got kicked off.
Yeah, it's
pretty much.
There's a thing you can say retired or delisted.
Yeah, so.
Did you retire?
Oh, same thing.
Really?
I was washed up. I was old now. I came up here when I was 25.
You're not that old. How old are you?
35.
Oh, so we're like the same age.
Yeah, but footy terms, that's old.
Yeah, well, you're 60 months older.
What? What are you?
30.
He's 30 years old.
Yeah, I just turned 30.
No, you're not. You're handsome as fuck.
Thank you.
So this year you've done a bit of traveling, and to be honest, like you had a bit of time off YouTube. Was it like personal reasons? Just had wanted a break from it all, like the hustle and bustle?
Because
then you came back. You've come back, like, and you found a better. It feels like you're in a better headspace.
Oh man, I feel like everything I talk about.
Were you just charging too hard or what? Charging too hard?
Oh, a bit of everything, dude. Yeah. A bit of everything, man. It's like I always like to explain things pretty thorough and get deep into it. You know what I mean? So it's like it's been about 10 years I've been doing this for like work. You know what I mean? And I was doing this shit for years before it was classed as work. So you could say I've been fucking around for 13 or 14 years with content. There was a stage where I was really down, really just struggling mentally, man. And you know, you guys as athletes and fast-paced dudes and shit, I'm sure we've all had our own battles. You know what I mean? Everyone has been. And I'm always open to talk about any of that shit. I don't mind people seeing me vulnerable or hearing about my dark times. People see the glitz, the glamours, the traveling, the parties, all the fun shit. Yeah. And I also like to share the bad things. You know, I just want to word them properly because I know a lot of people out there go through the same things and people will look at me, oh, you can't have problems. You've got money.
You got money.
How dare you be sad when you've got money? And,
that pisses you off.
You know, and I'm like, well, fuck, man, let me be honest. I was less stressed and less bothered when I didn't have money.
Yeah.
As weird as that sounds.
No,
like,
it's
just
real.
growing up,
It's real.
I get home from school, walk down the beach, have a swim, no phone, no bank cards, no wallet, no card.
There's
Just,
no money, no problem.
I walk in my fucking door, put the school bag on the ground, shoes off, shirt off, I run straight down to the beach, have a swim, no stress, no worries. Now it's like you got to deal with people trying to fuck you over, talk badly about you, businesses, brands, traveling,
ATO
filming,
chasing you.
taxes, business shit, keep on top of your health, your bills, your house, your family, your friends. It's just like, which is fucking a blessing. All those things are blessings. They're good problems to have. But anyway, yeah, man, I just fucking was struggling really bad mentally. Depression, anxiety, just all kinds of shit. And a lot of it stemmed from having a really fucked back at the time. Like I've had spine surgery, just going through like breakup, a serious breakup, a few other things, and reaching a level of success after, getting millions and millions of followers. It kind of was like, fuck, I was like, is this what I really wanted?
Yeah. Okay.
And
so you had that realization, like, okay, I'm chasing that, like, the max.
I didn't
and then
plan far for after it.
Now
I was like,
what?
well, now what? It's like, oh, cool, I can set a goal to hit 5 million followers this year or something, and then I do that, then what? 10 million? I'm like, I'm just going to spend my whole life chasing numbers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
that's fucking real. That's real.
yeah, so like, I wanted to just kind of step away a little bit. Man, I stepped away from it when my shit was banging too. Like, my vlogs were getting like millions
You're
of views.
popping off.
And
Especially YouTube shit too.
Yeah, I just stepped off. I stepped off YouTube like a little bit because I was just like, fuck, man, I can't sustain this. I'm not going to...
Yeah.
I'm not the one to talk about taking my own life and all these things. I wouldn't have gone down that route. It's just, I would have been, what's the word, like self-sabotaging.
Just exhausted. Like
I would have been doing toxic shit. I would have just been going down the route of drinking, drugs, partying, because fortunately, it's a blessing and a curse. I did have a bit of money and all the time in the world, so I could have easily just
can take a step
fucked off overseas or gone somewhere and be like, cool, now I'm getting on the booze, I'm going to buy drugs, I'm going to get around girls, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Which is all fun and well at some stage in your life, but it's short-term fun, and you get over it. It's like, you realize, like, the things that mean more and matter more and make you happy is, like, family, friends, a partner, like, good things, like, good, wholesome shit, working out, taking care of your health. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to just find myself. I didn't care if it took 1 year, 1 month, or fucking 30 years. I didn't care how irrelevant I went. I didn't care how much people forgot about me.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll post some shit to Instagram and Facebook along the way just to still do some stuff here and there, but not making vlogs, YouTube stuff, and then...
Because the drop off can be real. If you fuck off for a little bit, like especially a couple of years off, the drop off can be real. Like, who gives a shit about that bloke now?
I'm lucky, man, because I think I started so early and really cemented.
It's like an OG.
Yeah, like it's just always like this.
Yeah.
There's been months where I'm just like, whoa, fuck, I'm in the news and people are talking about me, everyone's resharing my shit. Then there's months where I was like, oh, this guy's now the person to watch. It's just, man, there's fucking hundreds of thousands of people making content now. It's like the whole world can only watch so many content creators.
How do you see the landscape now from, like, it's obviously big on streaming. Everyone's streaming like 24-hour streams or doing like a month stream. How do you see it now compared to like back in when you first started?
It's just exhausting now. It's just exhausting. There's so much more competition, and what you've got to do to stand out, it gets more desperate and desperate looking, which is crazy to me because I've done some fucking gnarly shit. Like
I know.
I've done some
That's
wild
one of the
shit
questions later I want to fucking ask.
Yeah,
you.
I've done some wild shit you could class as desperate or attention seeking. And at the end of the day, yeah, I am an attention seeker. That's fucking. I'm an entertainer. I want to make people smile and laugh. I want to confuse people. I want to trip people out. I want people to be like, what the fuck's wrong with this
Your
guy?
fucking dark humor shit, man. That pushes the envelope like to the max,
Oh, man,
and that's like your most popular video on Instagram.
Mate, I got shared
right now.
in some like feminist Instagram.
Yeah, you did. How are you not cancelled?
So, what is the
How
go
are you
with
not
that?
cancelled?
I don't give a fuck. How are you going to cancel someone who doesn't care about being cancelled?
Yeah, but like,
what are you going to do? Like, I'm
Correct.
my own. I don't have sponsors
that's
that
a
are going to
great
drop me.
point.
Like,
Good point.
I think one thing too, though, man. It's like you can be cancelled when you really rely on sponsors and the people.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so appreciative and grateful for anyone that's followed me over the years and stuff. And without them, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing, obviously. But a lot of these people like to cancel me. Like, oh, these sponsors have just dropped. Like McGregor, Prop 12 dropped him apparently the other day.
Dropped his name off the bottle.
You say the wrong joke and like, oh, this TV show's just cancelled him because of this, and he's been cut from wearing night clothes, and he's now cancelled. I don't have any sponsors I rely on that can drop me. I own my own companies. I am my own person. As long as I've got socials.
That's the way to fucking do it.
And if the worst case, like a mass thing was to report me and I lost any of my platforms again or anything like that, cool, I'll make another fucking platform. I'm just going to come back like herpes.
No, that shit never goes. Fuck, because Steve will do it. He got kind of cancelled off YouTube. Like, that's his money making. He's like revenue off YouTube.
He did stuff against the laws. These dark humor things aren't against, like...
No.
We mute and blur certain words.
Yeah.
We're just saying jokes, you know what I mean? Words aren't violent. Some people think that it's so offensive, and how dare you? I'm like, mate, look back at Jackass, MTV back in the 90s and early 2000s. Music videos, the movies, like
comedians
Stifler,
even, bro.
the jokes Stifler used to make, like... Fuck, man, I grew up at a different time. I find different things funny to what people nowadays find funny. That doesn't mean I'm going to just stop finding the shit I find funny to keep these people fucking happy. That's entitled on their end, not mine. Who are they to think that I need to stop finding this shit funny because they don't like it? That's just fucking weird. They can find their shit boring. They can find their shit funny that I find boring. I'm not going to judge them.
How much do you care about their comments and anything? Does it affect you, your family, anything like that?
Absolute slightest. And I'll tell you why.
There you go, people.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I don't give a fuck about any hate or any comments or any of these things. I know wholeheartedly in my heart, I have no criminal record. No people say bad things about me. My family loves me. My friends love me. My partner loves me. I've not broken any laws. I haven't used or fucked over anybody to achieve any success. I've not broken any laws. So it's like, it is what it is. And I look at it this way. I've been getting hate comments, messages since I started for 10 plus years.
Yeah.
All the time. It never ends.
Started with those fuckers back in where your hometown
And it
is.
never ends. And the way I've looked at it, there's been probably 2 occasions in 10 years where someone said something negative to me in person. 2 fucking times in like 10 years.
Yeah.
It's like once every 5 years. And there's probably thousands of comments and messages, and even on other posts of me a week. Even this might get a hate comment to me. That's cool. But like, there's that shit every week. And I'm like, cool. There's like probably 100,000 hate comments, messages a year. And there's been 2 people out of over the last decade that have said something.
What do those 2 people say?
Like, oh, you go make a video, you fucking retard, or something like that.
Is that it?
Nothing at all. And
Say it with your chest, Bubba.
Oh, mate. And like, and then one guy, this was the only time someone ever almost started serious shit with me was at, I went to watch my mate Linny play a game of cricket.
Yeah, how's he fucking
our
good,
boy.
mate? That's
Yeah,
good.
I went to
Shout
watch him have a game of cricket. He
Get
got
him
me
on here
and-
soon.
Yeah, he got me and my mate some tickets, and we went down and there was like these 10 dudes, and they all had their shirts off. They're all like real bogany dudes, just drinking beers. They were all good. And they said hello, took some photos. They're all like fans of mine. They were friendly. An hour goes by, they walk up. One dude walks up, oh, he's shammy. And I'm like, what? And he turns around and goes to pour his beer on me.
What, so he thinks because you're a prankster guy, you can just fuck around?
Well, he
has it
called me
been-
Shammy, which I'm assuming he might have thought I was Shammy.
No.
I'm not sure either that, or he just thought maybe he just didn't realise my name. I don't even know. Anyway, he goes to pour the beer. I moved and I went down the middle of us, and I was just like, what the
Oh, he actually went to tip it on you?
fuck yeah. And I this is my rule. Words, you can say anything to me.
Yeah, but
I'm never
don't
going to get
touch
upset.
it, don't physically...
You spit at me, throw something at me.
That's on.
Blow smoke
It's
at me.
on. It's on.
I'm not even going to ask a question.
No,
it's
it's
not even a
out.
push or a question. It's just like, I'm going to stand up and throw a punch.
Yeah.
I don't care about getting an assault charge. I don't care about being in the media. I don't care about losing something. I'm like, cool.
100%.
You want to fuck around? Like,
100%.
I'm not a tough guy. I don't like to fight. It's
Yeah,
just-
but don't be
But
disrespectful.
I'm also never going to let people do like that shit. Because he said to me, he goes, oh, so you can diss jokes and fuck with everyone but not take them. I said, brother, let me backtrack you. When have I done this to someone I didn't know?
Yeah.
Me and my friends fuck with each other, just like you and your friends would. I've never walked up to someone I didn't know to pour a drink on them. I've never touched somebody in public or done anything. Maybe I've said things around people in videos which might have confused them. It's a whole lot of different things. Like pouring a drink is almost like I don't even know the word. It wouldn't be like assault, but it's a worthy enough reason to feel
No, that's a
threatened for
fight
self-defense.
starter.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a
a
fact.
fight starter.
And then they posted the video and something, and then
Oh, they were recording it too?
yeah, that's why I
Oh,
didn't.
fuck
That's why I didn't go
off.
too crazy.
This
and then-
happens. This happens all the time to us. All
and
the
that's
time.
why I didn't go too crazy. And then they took the video down because I did a few things. Anyway, I won't go into detail about all of that. But other than that,
You got
man,
some powerful friends, surely.
that's why I'm just like, you know what, man? If I can get hundreds of thousands of people saying this shit about me, and it's only and they don't have the balls to say it to me in person,
Yeah.
why the fuck should I care?
The best thing is like you're not saying like I'm a tough like the best thing like I'm not a tough guy, I don't start any problems,
No,
whatever.
never.
But like if you're gonna fucking disrespect me to my face, like come prepared.
Yeah, 100%.
But it happens to us like how many
Yeah.
times
Heaps,
like
heaps,
every time
heaps.
like players or athletes go
It happened
out,
more to athletes because you guys are.
you go out, you
even-
can't do shit. We can get fired like that.
Well,
so
that's
they
the same
know
with
they
like
can.
Linny and a few of the rugby league, like the NRL boys that I know, and other like fighters and stuff. You know, it's like.
Especially the fighters. What are they?
Like even I had a few beers with some of the Rabbitohs boys a couple of years back, you know,
Yeah.
and like they were just like, "Fuck, man!" It's like you get like people love you for just doing crazy dumb shit,
Yeah.
and even the media will say it's a cool thing. And it's like if we get caught having one beer at a club, we just fucking
yeah,
scrutinize.
It's
I
fucking
find it
World War
really
III.
unfair.
That's fucked.
And like I know I'm making good money, and so are like obviously athletes, but I'm like it's just. The moment you become like an athlete in Australia, anyway, you're just
sign
deemed
away
a
your
role
life, bro.
model immediately, and you
sign away
can't
your
do
life.
anything. And I'm like, how dare these young men in the prime of their lives have any fun?
Yeah.
It's just like fuck, man. Like let the boys live.
That's why the comments. They're the only comments that get to me. Those little fucking.
Yeah,
Those
I'm not a
worms.
comment guy. I
Nah.
couldn't give a shit what people said.
Nah.
But then there's this other side, and I've just read the article that you paid your mum's mortgage off, like, and
What a fucking
like,
bloke.
Yeah, like
That's the
how
American
big is
dream
that,
in
you know?
Australia.
We see-
I couldn't imagine
We
doing
see
that
all the
shit.
crazy stuff he does, but then go to his personal life, and he's
Yeah.
doing stuff like this for his family. So,
So
was that a pretty big moment for
That's the
you in
best
your
moment of my
career?
life till
Well, there
this
you
day,
go.
and I
Yeah.
can't imagine many things that'll be better unless I get married or have
about you?
kids.
Pretty special moment for you though.
Oh,
Was
mate,
Yeah.
it was literally the best moment of my life, and it'll be hard to top that, as I said. Like maybe when I have a kid one day potentially, or I get married to the, other than that, yeah, best moment of my life. She was so happy. She worked her ass off when I was a kid. Her and my dad both got a great relationship with all my family. They were so good to me my whole lives. Like a bit strict in the earlier years, especially my dad definitely beat the fuck out of me many times, which I'm
That's-
very grateful for.
That's a good thing.
Wasn't
though.
abuse. Fine
No,
line
that's a-
between
that's a
abuse
good
and
thing.
discipline.
I've had the
Never
wooden
just
spoon.
walk in and
I've
kick
had the
the-
belts.
Oh,
Very
mate,
good.
And look at me.
would never just hey, look at me.
I love you, Dad.
I'm fine.
I love you.
Surprisingly, we're very supportive of me doing my videos. Everything I've ever done, they've just been like,
Yeah.
we trust you. Like, as long as you're going to have something else. And they just wanted me to have a plan B, as most parents, caring
100%.
parents, like, oh, go and study and get your PT thing, or go and do a trade. And I just said to them respectfully, I don't want a plan B or C or D because it's
then
like,
plan A don't work,
I'm happy
baby.
to spend my whole life chasing plan A. I don't care if I die at 60 and nothing worked.
Yeah.
This is what makes me happy. I don't care about being rich. I don't care about being anything. I just want to I'm fucking lucky that I was able to make some money, you know, like, yeah, the little things like that, paying off my mum's mortgage, I help out my sister, my dad, even a lot of my friends all the time with anything to do with financially, if they need it, you know, yeah, no, it's been good,
Don't want to
man.
be a succubus, but like if they hit you up and stuff. I'm really struggling with them. I got 3 kids, bro. Like,
No, that's another thing with them. None of them will ever ask for a thing. And, you know, my family's awesome.
Nah, what an awesome thing to do. Well done.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
run us through buying this fuck off mansion and then selling it after a year. You bought it for 2.9 milli. That's a lot of money, man. I don't know. So down payment would have been around 300 grand. I'm gonna say like.
No, I believe I put nearly $1 million down.
Oh, you're a big boy. And he sold it in 2022 for 3. So you made like 200 grand on the bastard.
My humble.
Yeah, you made it like 200 grand on it. But why'd you buy it
Yeah.
and then just sell it like a year later? Like,
I'll tell you what, man. Like,
if there's anything behind the scenes that I need to know, sweet.
I'm sure you've got ADHD also, right?
Yeah, I do. I just
And you know
have-
what it's
Severely.
like?
I just started medication.
We
a
get
couple
very
weeks ago.
impulsive. What was it?
I'm on the what is it?
Vyvanse?
Yes.
Oh, you cheeky boy.
Yeah.
They're
So it's a
amazing.
long-lasting one.
I'm prescribed stuff, but I don't do it.
Yeah, yeah.
I just very impulsive. I was over in America at the time with my partner, and I was coming back, and I just wanted to do something different. And I wanted to make a subscription website where it was like funny, uncut content, not
Yeah.
porn, but like hot girls driving Lamborghinis naked, or
Yeah, that's it.
girls,
Sex sells.
yeah.
Sex
or like
sells.
blindfolded like models having pillow fights naked, just like
Yes.
cool shit, you know. Like we had like a mechanical bull in the house, and girls would ride it
I've
naked.
seen
We
that.
get like teppanyaki over, and some of it would be like with girls and stuff. Some of it would be with no girls. Like some of it would be me, the boys, just doing disgusting shit. Like
Naked or no?
the boys,
Yeah.
of course,
You're the boys.
of course. Like
Fuck yeah, the
10
boys.
stack naked boys.
Oh, it's like talking about football now. Little shower scenes, baby.
Yeah, soap on the ground, slide through the legs, everything.
Just piss on each other. Yes.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it.
No,
Nothing
go
wrong
on
with
shower,
it.
man. It's good for you.
And yeah, then I bought it, and everything was going good, man. I really enjoyed it, and I was throwing big parties, and it was getting a bit like toxic. Like not, there was no drama.
It wasn't like not toxic in like health wise. Like you just fucking every day,
Toxic
every
in
second
health,
day,
in
like, you just-
health-wise, even career-wise, even mentally, and I started feeling those demons creeping back in a little bit, and I was obviously doing drugs, partying.
You can tell people to fuck off though. It's your house.
Yeah, no, 100%, and it's a big fucking household to live in by yourself.
Yeah,
you
that's
So
know?
you're saying the novelty of the house caused you a few
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
a
problems?
caused
few
a few
headaches.
griefs.
Yeah.
And another thing, man, like at the time, I still was spending every other month, sometimes 2-3 months, you know, overseas. And then
Correct.
the house would just be chilling there.
Yeah.
And I'm paying fucking $8,000 or $9,000 mortgage repayments on it a month. And I'm paying $4,000 or $5,000 of maintenance of like gardeners, pool
Wow.
guys, inside cleaners,
Yeah.
fucking like all this shit.
Upkeep.
And I'm like, fuck, I'm spending like $15K a month on this house and I'm only there for half the year. And I already had another house down the street that I bought before that. And I let my like old man and his family and stuff move in there when I was living at the new house.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck, I think I'd rather go back to the other house. Like, and
Yeah.
I bought another house not far from there.
There's one with you now, the pool with the pool or no?
That's the house I bought first, my first ever house
Yeah.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
Went back to my old house and I was like, and I went through a breakup with my ex at the time.
Yeah.
And it was really peaceful. Like she was a really, really sweet girl. Like there was no dramas.
That's a fucking win.
No dramas. It was very respectful. There was some like a bit of emotions and stuff, obviously as
always
expected.
is,
There is,
always
you know,
is.
but we handled it very well. Yeah, man. So like I just was like, fuck it, I'm gonna sell this house
Yeah.
whilst it still was in the middle of COVID. And I got like a couple $100,000 extra for it,
Yeah.
which I guess paid for a couple of the parties I did there.
Yeah.
Went back to the other house that I first had, which is a bit smaller, a bit more humble, a bit more of a home, but it is on the water. It's in a gated estate. I fucking love
It
living there.
looks sick.
It's beautiful,
I can't
man.
wait to come down and have some
It's
food.
not good for parties or anything, but it's just perfect
Don't
for
need it for
living.
parties.
It's calm. I feel happy. It's my little sanctuary, and it's been good, man. Ever since then, I feel like I did my spine surgery and just got my life really on track. So
You're fucking hanging out with DDP.
With the champ, yeah.
Yeah, what's it like? So you meet these people, like obviously you're like in your own lane, like, but you're famous. Like in Australia, people know you. Like when you go over there and meet these guys, like what's it like? You just obviously be yourself. You're funny as fuck, and people are drawn to you.
Yeah.
What's it like meeting like DDP and hanging out with him, then catch him again in Perth when he wins a fucking belt? Like that's
Mate,
pretty
Drew,
crazy.
I'll tell you, out of any famous person I've met, whether it's like influencers or artists or actors or athletes, Dreekus is up there with one of the coolest people that I've ever met.
Yeah.
He's so down to earth, so humble. He's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, you see the gentleman, well-spoken side of him. You see shades of his like banter and
do
him
see that.
roasting people on that.
Yeah.
You know, he's made Izzy and Strickland essentially cry. You know, like,
Yeah,
pretty
and I'm a fan of Izzy, and I also was a fan of Sean. You know what I mean? I don't hate either of those guys, but Dreekus has got good like talking trash games and that. And him and all the boys that I'm friends with over there and stuff, they all talk to each other like that all the time.
that
They-
little boxer guy that you always.
they make fun of each other non-stop, so it's like we all say so much fuck. This is what friends do, banter.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure
Yeah.
you guys roast the fuck
Yeah.
out of each other.
But you were
know?
like bum buddies with him, like literally like 2 days after meeting him.
well, we just got along like
Was
that.
it in America or what? Where were you? Like
No, we
New
met
York?
in Canada. I met in Canada.
Canada.
So
Yeah.
I
You had a fight in
my-
Canada.
Yeah. So long story short, last year I met my friend. His name's SD, a little short fella.
Yeah, the short boxer guy.
Pro boxer, and
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
killing
yeah.
it. I met him and another guy called Rhino. He's a pro rugby player in France. He's South African,
Mm-hmm.
but he plays pro rugby in France. Big fucking boy.
Yep.
And I met them in Dubai, and instantly we just got into a bit of a bender in Dubai together. I met
yeah.
through one of my mates, and we were just all good mates straight away. We had a fucking wild night. Everyone's just punching each other and sparring and hurting each other. And that was just hilarious, bro. Like, reminded me of me when I was like 15 playing footy with the boys. And I was like, I haven't felt like this since I was fucking young. Yeah. And we just all got along. And they're like best mates with Dreekus.
Yeah.
They like hang out every day back home, drink together all the time.
Fucking Alcos too. They have a crack,
mate,
don't they?
They fucking sink piss.
Apparently, he's like smashing beers during these camp and stuff, right?
I won't comment on it, but he does love a beer.
He loves a beer.
So
No,
I've seen the video of them sculling.
Yeah,
Now,
that's fucking shit.
You would be a
Shit
very
on my
good,
end.
brother.
very good. You would be
I
very
love
good.
Are you good at sculling? Can you open your throat?
Yeah,
You're the throat
suck
goat?
I'll suck a good
It'd
beer.
be a nice watch.
You're the throat goat.
I'll be
Fucking
that
mum
guy.
wouldn't even get past the back of the tongue. Like that.
No, but that went viral too, didn't it? Because
Yeah,
it's
it
like,
did, man.
he's
But
doing
like-
fucking up for Australia.
It's
We
cool.
met. So he called me, bro. Funnily enough, like, man, life's just such a weird journey. Sometimes I feel like I'm just living in like a video game. I met Dreekus, the biggest Davies weight cut the last day.
Yeah.
Full of energy. He's walking around his room fucking naked and shit. Like he's just cut weight. He's
Is he
looking good.
packing?
Fucking, yep.
Fuck yeah.
And
DD penis, as they call him these days.
not that I looked, but
Not that I was.
not that I was staring at it.
He just happened to have a focused energy right next to his penis.
And then we went to the fight. I got us cut off the bar early in Canada. They're
Love
very
that.
strict. I was hammered as
love that.
fuck, yelling out the most awful abuse.
Yeah.
Anyway, we left there. He won the belt. Very close fight. And we all just went out. We ended up on the beers for about 4 days straight.
Yeah.
I got a concussion in Canada. Everyone was just getting injured left, right, and so we had drinking races. And then we were all getting along so well. So I flew back to South Africa with them from there. They're just like, you have to come see
yeah.
South Africa.
That's what I saw. I was like, how the fuck's he just gone from boom, boom, boom,
And then we ended up back there. I stayed at my mate's place, and the women are beautiful. The people are friendly. They love the same sports as us. Maybe not AFL, obviously, but I mean, they love rugby. They love.
I'll just say I
fucking-
play rugby.
They love cricket. They love drinking.
Yeah.
Good senses of humor. Very, very genuine people. Like very friendly people. Did his belt tour and stuff, and me and those boys dipped off to Iceland and Amsterdam for a quick trip.
Seen that shit. Who would you, out of that Misfits fuckers, who would you like want to fight if there was one? Surely
think-
you'd have to fight another YouTuber and you'd
Yeah.
flog them.
Man,
though. You'd flog them.
Without saying too arrogant, I don't think any of them in there would cause me any problems. I
No.
think KSI's shown that he's okay, but he's very awkward.
He swings, bro.
But he's very awkward, and I think for anyone with a bit of boxing knowledge,
Just jab
this
the
is
shit out
the
of
thing.
him.
Like, I'm not going to claim to be a great boxer or fighter, but I've watched combat sports most of my adult life, even earlier. Through my teen years, UFC, boxing, Muay Thai when it was early. I did a lot of Muay Thai when I was younger, so like I've watched a lot of these things over the years, and I think a lot of these kids that are on the Misfit stuff, they grew up kind of either well off or just playing video games and doing their reactions
They're
in front of their
athletes, they're not
laptops.
boxers.
I'm out there like jumping on rakes, getting hit by cars, letting dudes fuck me up. Like pain to me is normal, getting punched in the face. Like it's not going to be that bad. If I get knocked out, that'll be shit, but I won't know about it.
You see the ones who could make it or who can't when they get their first punch in the face.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I don't want to be here.
No.
Fuck that. The only thing that I did not want to happen was getting knocked out. That's the only
No,
thing.
I don't want to be knocked out.
I said that's the only thing I was worried about the whole time. The training camp. So I was sparring pros, making sure I was copying punches. I got dropped a couple of times from
making sure you can handle it. And that's the
what
good way
I was
to do
doing.
it. You
It's
want
the
to be
best way to do
tested.
it.
The
So
same
when I
thing.
got in there-
I don't want, and that's where these YouTubers, a lot of them go wrong. Some of them do it right, so I won't like say all of them, but a lot of them will spar these kids off the street and these little random fans of theirs and just fuck them up for ego. Instead of like, oh, I'm so good now. I'm just, oh my
means
God, he can actually
nothing.
fight. I'm like, yeah, because he pulled some geek who's never even been punched off the street, said, hey, here's 10 grand, come let me beat you up for a video.
Yeah.
I want to get the shit kicked out of me in
Absolutely.
sparring and fucking beaten up by pros and amateurs who could fuck me up.
Yeah.
Because then I'm like, cool, I can stand with them and maybe not beat them or be better than them, but I can take their hits, I can hold my own, I've got cardio, I've got a chin. And then when I get out and to fight one of these YouTubers, it's just gonna be like fucking
It'd be
beating up a
easy
nerd.
peasy. I reckon you'd fucking do really well.
Yeah, he
with
would.
it.
Yeah, I'm
For
confident to. I'm really.
If you get in the
confident.
car, I'll get in the car with you. I don't care
That
how
would
many,
be
how many
sick.
spots I got on my head.
Yeah.
Do,
Been
or
around
do,
combat.
do Aussie versus
Well, I think
fucking
that
American or some shit.
after seeing your debut, I don't think any of them would cause any problems. None of them looked. What weight did you fight at?
I was 87 kilos.
And
That's
what,
like, is that nearly
you
cruiserweight?
Yeah, it was cruiserweight. Yeah, cruiserweight.
14s? Ounce?
No, that was 14-ounce gloves.
14 ounce
So they were meant to be like 20s, and I was like, no,
wow.
I'm not fighting in 20s. That's fucking stupid. And then we got down to 14s, but I loved it. I'm glad I got in there and did
You got a
it.
stoppage or was it a decision?
No, I went decision.
Oh fuck, you was
easily,
dominant
yeah.
though.
The gloves are too.
From memory, I
that's
remember
too-
watching it. It was very dominant.
I think if the gloves were...
Any lighter.
Well, you'd
I
knock-
asked for
you'll
10s.
knock him
I
out,
asked for
but-
10s.
10s are good.
Now, it's Joe asked, is this random questions? Answer it has you which. Is there any prank or stunt you thought, fuck, this is going to backfire?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lit my couch on fire like
I've
6
seen
months
that
ago.
one.
I covered it in like
This is so
Metho.
fucking dumb.
Yeah.
covered it in metho.
So dumb. When I saw that, I was like, is that actually in someone's
Hey,
house?
I in my house Googling what's more flammable, metho or petrol, because I had a jug of each. And they were like, petrol will smell your house and stain the roof. And metho doesn't smell as strong, but will stain the roof too. And I'm like, well, at least it won't smell.
I'm going to put this up right now.
Yeah.
Dousing
Never
this
back.
fucking couch. Me and the Reese Bros.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Filming like some skit. 30 seconds away from losing my house.
You know
Yeah.
why? It's because you're dressed as an emo. So I thought I'd
100%.
fucking burn the house
But I
down.
sat on the couch for too long because it was here next to me lying, and I was like, I definitely want the shot. I want the shot.
You want the shot, you want the
And
shot.
I didn't care if it even touched me a little bit and burned me a little bit. I was like, fuck it, I just need this shot to be good.
Yeah.
And as Lockie's just like, surely now. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Fucking cut!
like,
Yeah, that
let's
thing
get
goes
out of
out.
here.
It was touching the roof nearly.
so definitely that was one. I'm like, this could end horribly, but anything for views.
If you weren't doing the content game, what would you be doing? Would you be doing bricky shit or...
I don't know, man. I'd probably like either be in jail or
Love that.
dead.
Yeah.
Only because, actually, no, probably not.
Probably not dead.
Nah, probably not dead. I'd probably be like a PT or a drug dealer or something.
Yeah. I reckon drug dealers
both.
are like...
Gold Coast.
Or sell drugs to my PT
It
clients.
would be definitely like something like that.
Yeah,
So I don't know
like,
what I'll be doing.
I'd live in surfers in like in a penthouse with some
Yeah.
chick with veneers or
yeah,
something
so
like
you'd
that.
probably be in jail then dead. Have you posted anything and taken it down?
Well, this is the thing. It's like I walk a fine line. I'm not like
Yeah.
going after people's religions and race and sexuality
Nah,
and stuff.
nah,
Like
there's
some of the
always-
jokes are on the edge. You know,
Yeah.
like you could say some of them are homophobic or sexist and this and that, but I mean, it's a joke. It's
Yeah.
comedy. You know, go
Yeah.
watch a stand-up comedy show. Look at some of the early 2000s and 1990 movies and stuff. Some of the jokes they said in
Funny
that.
as shit back then though.
Like that's the thing. It's like it's jokes. It's subjective. Like doesn't mean everyone has to find it funny.
Yeah.
You know, just because some
It's
people
a fucking
offended.
joke.
Exactly right.
It's a
joke.
fucking goat.
It's exactly right. It's a joke. People use them in music videos, in movies, in TV shows,
Yeah.
in stand-up comedy. That's just all it is. It's just fucking words. It's just violence. And it's like, what's his name? Jimmy Carr said it perfectly recently. He's like,
I love that guy.
He's like, I said an offensive joke, and these people are all pissed off. And he's like, so I said, oh, I'm so sorry. And the guy's like, you didn't mean that. And he goes, oh, just like I couldn't have meant the joke.
Yeah, that's his.
Yeah.
That's the last one I
You know,
saw.
it's like just because we say it doesn't mean like one of the
great.
jokes my mate was like, oh, what's 9 inches and gets any girl I want? I'm like, what? He goes, oh, my knife, my hunting knife. And they got put in some sexist group. My friend said it, and they were all going after me for it. And everyone's like, oh, I can't believe he supports raping women at knife point and hurting them. And I'm just like,
yeah, they add in everything.
I'm like, when did those words
yeah,
come
yeah,
out of
no,
my
they
mouth?
added in. No, you said it.
I'm like, oh, well, you laughed. I'm like, no, I spat water out of my mouth.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm in shock from
Yeah.
what I just heard.
Yeah.
Never once did I say, haha, Julian, that joke was funny.
Oh, that's
I
real.
support
That
this. I
happens.
want women to be raped.
Yeah.
These people just like, they're so privileged.
They've got an agenda.
They're so privileged and so lucky that they have nothing but time on their hands to just find reasons to be upset.
Yeah. Yep.
That's how privileged they are. Like, there's people in countries that are getting blown into pieces. Kids are dying. There's people who have no food, no water. People are going to say there's dictatorship like fucking North Korea. You've got shit in Russia, like Ukraine war. Everywhere. There's so many problems going on. You got people complaining about a guy making a joke. That's how lucky they are that that's the problems in their life.
Yeah.
Is a man on the internet saying some words. Oh, reporting this joke to the police isn't enough. I need their parents' details. I'm like, you're going to go after my parents? My parents would laugh and tell you to fuck off. Like,
Yeah.
I went to school with this
How old
guy.
I think you are by that, John?
Some girl commented, I went to school with this guy and he was a red flag then and are still a red flag now.
Yeah,
and bro, I didn't recognize this girl at all.
That's actually pretty funny.
And no, it's hilarious.
actually really
Dude,
good.
I didn't recognize her name or her face at all. And
Was it a guy?
It was a chick. Looks like a guy. And it was a chick. And she's this big boy-looking girl who's like a PT.
Yeah, she's flat.
And on her page, she's like, this is my emotional support jacket. This is my pen because I'm a fidgety ADHD person. And this is this because I have this trauma. And I'm like, ugh. And anyway, someone commented said, you don't know him. And she's like, yeah, he was in a year 3 or 4 years below me in high school. And I'm like, if I was 3 or 4 years younger and I was in year 7, she would have been in year 11 or 12.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or
she
year
wouldn't
10
have
or
known who you were.
She could have, at the absolute most, been around me on and off for about a year or two when I was like a 13-year-old kid.
In a fucking school.
In a high school.
And you had red flags back then.
A public high
You were
school.
a
There
red
was,
flag.
there
You
was,
were a fucking red flag.
bro,
bro.
there was
flag in year
some-
7.
bro,
He
there was
just
a-
got to year 7. She's
Bro,
like,
there was a,
ah!
dude, there was a crossbow attack at my high school. There was people doing crazy shit. There was a lot of fights. It was a public high school in
Was
like a
this
small
you
town.
Yeah.
with the bow and arrow?
Yeah. And like this girl's got the hide sales a red flag then for what? Because I was just a typical boy growing up, like a 13, 14-year-old.
No,
like,
she would have found out you were in the same school as her and she would have just made that shit
She
up.
just wanted to like throw in her 2 cents and
Yeah.
just she's commenting back to the guy going, "Oh, I've found your ABN online. I'm going to report you to your boss." And he's like, "I'm my own boss. Good luck." Like these people, like that's.
I'm
how,
just trying to think how I
Yes.
could wake up and
Yes.
decide
That is
I'm
how
gonna
lucky-
find someone and attack them like that.
But imagine your life is
can't.
like that. You're
I
just
can't.
like, oh, today I've got nothing to do, so I'm going to go on the internet and scroll until something upsets me, share it to my group of 200 Karens, so we can all be equally as offended, and then all attack him in the comments.
No, you don't. You're hitting every nail on the head.
I'm just
Exactly.
like,
It's
what
what we talk
are you
about.
talking about?
That's
Like,
very
how
good.
lucky are you? Like,
If I
that
get
is
offended
your
by
problems.
something, I don't even need to tell anyone.
Dude, if I
Just
get
fucking flick across. Go next
it is
video.
so
Go next
hard
video.
to offend me. So hard to
Yeah.
offend me, dude. Like, if something upsets me or bothers me, it's just like, doom, doom, pew, on with my day.
The only thing that
I
would probably
refuse
piss
to
me
give my
off
time to
is
that.
Yeah.
my kids. Like someone says
Yeah,
to my
exactly.
kids. Then I'd punch a head in.
Exactly
Other than that, I'm like, oh yeah, sweet, good on you.
I could have gone in the comments and fought with them for hours and said,
that's your
'cause these
time. That's
fucking
your time
women,
gone though, bro.
These women are in here saying, oh, he's so bad. Every woman should stay away from him and all these things. And I'm like, You women are like here just complaining. Let's go back. I've raised hundreds of thousands of dollars in charities, breast cancer, domestic violence for women, mental health charities. I've probably done more for women than all these fucking women in this group.
100%.
It's easy to forget, isn't it?
And they don't know any of this. And I've, like you said, I paid off my mum's mortgage.
You don't need to put that up though. It's like it's what
I've had partners that would still say nice things about me. Like these people don't know shit about me. They've taken a 7-second clip and put it on their page to try to make us look bad, and they've all ganged up on their cult little audience. They would never do it somewhere more public.
I want to find out where they actually like reside.
Dude, the comments.
I want to find out like their Facebook thing.
Yeah.
No, dude, no. Find out where their ABNs are.
I want to. I'm gonna tell their fucking boss.
Tell them.
What's next for you, Jacko?
But no, man. I want to get into the fighting. Start getting back into some vlogging. I've even been looking into the streaming world.
Mate, you would actually kill it. I reckon if I was your manager, I'd say go to America, do some like collaborations on streams, and you'd blow up.
Yeah, that's
because you can hold this like mentality.
Streaming will be fun for me.
You were good on Neon stuff.
Yeah,
and I fucking hated watching
I think streaming suits me just in real life shit, just reactions and being around, engaging with people, big energy.
Now that he was here, what's his name? Speed was here. Everyone's kind of like back onto thinking about that.
Yeah.
So
well, the thing is, man, and this isn't to disrespect or take anyone's hard work away. Like Neon and a lot of these streamers, they're not actually that exciting. It's the things that they're getting around them.
Yeah, 100%.
They're not actually that entertaining to watch. Speed's pretty funny.
Kaisan's pretty funny, but he gets fucking big guests.
Yeah, but that's
Aiden Ross wasn't. Oh, he was kind of like.
I don't find Aiden Ross funny. I find him very boring. He's like, bro, fire fam, let's get some lean, let's do drugs.
He was doing like some homosexual things around. Yeah, that was his thing.
He was just talking about gay stuff in front of making
people cringe,
like thugs, like rappers. He's like, oh my man, you can't be saying that shit, homie. Like I don't find a lot of them funny. The stuff Vitali was doing is pretty funny. The pedophile catching.
He's crazy, bro.
He's crazy. Yeah, I'm not sure how.
Aiden and that was over there. You know. He was over there with
Yeah, I saw. I've been talking to Vitali. He wants to get me in those streams at some point. I just haven't.
How's he going at the moment? I can't tell what's going on with him.
No, he's a legend. Vitali's actually a good guy. He's done a lot of dumb shit. He's I won't say he's a legend, but he's been always good to me.
He's OG as well. Yeah. All right, mate. Well, fuck, we have gone way over. This has been a pretty good chat. This is our first big guest.
I know why we went over. Yeah. It's because we chewed focus halfway through.
It is because I'll be here till fucking 3 a.m. going da-da-da-da. Oh, everyone's gone.
And I put Logan's finest crack in it. So
I fucking thought something extra chewy about this. You can get it from any fucking servo.
Or online. Focus Energy Gum on Instagram.
I'm going to tell you something tomorrow. No, thanks for coming on, man. Good luck with everything. I can't wait to come to your festival next year.
Yes, thank you very much.
Hopefully it's a great inside. At the next event. See you guys.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Perfect. That was awesome.